Good morning, teachers and boys. Before I begin, I would just like to take this opportunity to thank the prefects and the pianists, the teachers and the students who come in every morning to support us in assembly. This week we will begin teacher sharing again. One teacher will come up every week to share, so I will begin first. Before I go into my sharing, I would just like to remind you of three important dates in this coming semester besides all the usual activities. This coming Friday, as you should have been informed that we have our speech day. That day we honor our scholarship recipients, our award recipients, as well as honoring our grade 12 students who will be graduating this year. So I hope you will ascribe them the proper respect at this occasion. The week of January 18th is Christian Unity Week. There are different denominations in the Christian world, but at the end of the day, we worship the same God. We go to different churches. There are Protestants, there are Catholics, and others, but at the end of the day, we're all Christian brothers. On the 20th of January, it's a Wednesday, we'll be inviting a principal from a Catholic school to come and share with us that day, and so I hope we will have fruitful time worshiping together. As I mentioned in the previous semester, we're supposed to have our external school review this week and next week, but because of internal adjustments at the EDB, they have moved the external school review to April 18th, and it will last for 2 weeks. Very simply, they will come and observe your lessons. They said that they will be observing 50% of the classes, as well as your activities outside of the classroom, for example, recess, lunchtime, assemblies, and probably special occasions. So as much as I would advise you to carry on life as usual, I hope that you will take this opportunity to improve on some of the things that the EDB has reminded us last time, and in due course, we will share with you again inside the classroom, how you interact with the teachers, how you learn, and outside of the classroom, how you interact with your classmates, your schoolmates, and how you behave in special occasions. If you follow sports like I do, in the last month, there have been some special news besides Real Madrid changing manager. I think the other big news was the retirement of Kobe Bryant. I think most of you who follow basketball will know who Kobe Bryant is. He started playing basketball at the age of professional basketball at the age of 17, 18, and he's now 37, and he just announced his retirement because his body just couldn't take the pounding anymore, and because of frequent injuries, he's announced his retirement. But Kobe, as you all know, has been the most closely compared with the other basketball player that's considered the greatest of all time, Michael Jordan. And you can see the number on their vests, 23, 24. Kobe is aware that there's a comparison between himself and Michael Jordan. And if you go to YouTube, there are many, many clips comparing the two players. But there's one distinct difference when people talk about Michael Jordan and Kobe, and we will come to that. The skill-wise, they're very similar. Dedication-wise, it's very similar. When I first followed Kobe, I saw this ad on a magazine, just a simple picture of Kobe on one side and some words on your left side. You can't see the words right now, but it's just a simple ad they placed on the magazine. And basically, what the white words are is they have one comment that's probably negative towards the player, and then a reaction towards that. So very simply, sometimes people will say, oh, Kobe is uncoachable. And so, his reaction is to work hard on something. And so, for example, 1,000 jumpers. That Kobe is at one point, Kobe was too young, and so he battled that criticism with some more hard work, or that he's not a leader, and then some more hard work, or that he has a big ego, can't work with others. And if you have followed him, his relationship with his teammates have not always been very smooth and harmonious. And so work out some more, or later on, people criticized him that he has peaked, and there's no point for him to continue because he has passed his prime. And so more workouts to prove the world wrong. Hard work and all this dedication is not bad, but is this all it is? Is there all there is proving yourself and proving other people's criticisms wrong? So that was at the early or mid stage of his career. Now, last week or so, he sat at an interview to talk about his retirement, and Kobe was asked this question. If you could go back in time and offer advice to a rookie like himself, what would you say? A rookie would be a person who just got into the NBA or just started a career. And for Kobe, that was about 17 or 18, so maybe just a year or two older than you all in senior high. And so if you could go back in time and offer advice to a rookie, what would you say, Kobe? And what do you think he said? Is it work hard, develop a fighting spirit? Is it discipline, work hard every day to live up to your potential? Is it the determination to carry on despite all the criticisms, overcoming challenges, beating your foes, defeating your enemies? But he didn't say any of that. What he said was that it's hard to tell a player of that age, about 17, 18, to understand that, but compassion and empathy, that would be his advice. Compassion and empathy, two words that don't come up often, especially among boys. Now, I would just like to emphasize empathy, this word. If you don't know this word, it's very close to the word sympathy, but it is not sympathy. Sympathy is perhaps feeling sad for somebody when something unpleasant happens to them, you feel sad for them. Empathy goes one step further, is feeling what they feel. So if somebody's going through a rough time, not only do you feel sorry for them, you understand what they're going through. This is spoken by one of the greatest basketball players. Not determination, not fighting spirit, but empathy. And it is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. So the biggest thing, since most of you are leaders or will become leader of a group in your years here, you need to know that it's not about the skills you possess. Yes, it's important, but it's not the end. It's not just passing ball and giving shots. It's not handing out assignments and telling your teammates what to do. It's not just about winning championships. It's good to have a worthy goal, but it's not about all these things. What it is about is understanding others, understanding your teammates. And Kobe said that this dawned on him later on in his stage, when one time the Los Angeles Lakers sat down and had a meeting, and one of his teammates just told Kobe point blank, these are talented professional players. And this person, Rick Fox, just told Kobe that he wishes that once in a while he would get the impression that Kobe needs them. So a professional player, a very strong man, telling this to Kobe, and it shocked him that they have to come together. And it's not just one person doing very, very well and neglecting the others. So it is about communicating better and bringing out the best in your teammates, in your classmates, in whomever you're associated with, and connecting better so that they can navigate through whatever issues they may be facing. So if you think about your teacher comes in, faces about 30 students. You think about one teacher facing you all, trying to connect with you all, trying to be the best, trying to tailor the best assignments for you all so that you learn. Or teachers being empathetic to think about how sometimes it's difficult for us to learn new things. Sometimes we learn in different stages. And so it's not easy for us to learn as quickly as perhaps my neighbor next to me. And we teachers have to be empathetic about that. And parents, seeing you all grow up, as you start to build your own identity, when you start withdrawing from them, sometimes they get frustrated. They don't know how to connect with you anymore. So you need to understand their part. Or your struggling classmates. Your classmates sometimes, I'm not talking about just those who struggle academically. Those who are very, very talented, those who are very advanced, they also have struggles of their own. And none of us can do this alone. We have only 24 hours a day. I cannot understand all of you. A teacher cannot understand all of you. But if we all do a little part, then we can support each other. Think about the support staff that comes to your classroom. They come here to work. They don't come here to serve you. And when they come into the classroom, how do you treat them? How do you think they would feel when you are rude to them? And so try to be a little bit more empathetic. Try to step in their shoes a little bit. There are many clips, as I mentioned. Because of time, I won't play the clip. You can go to YouTube and look for the interview, look for the way Kobe matured. But I think the bottom line today is that try to be in other people's shoes sometimes before you cast judgment, and try to be in other people's shoes first and see if you can support them and bring out the best in them. So next time when you see an outstanding player like Kobe, think about his talents, think about his dedication, but do let that remind you of his parting words as he retired from professional ball. Thank you very much.